First, let's have a bit of fun, courtesy of Donald Trump, who has just posted this little, well, I won't quite call it a campaign ad just yet, but it's a little video of Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi walking hand in hand, and I think the soundtrack says it all.
Call us for a special caring touch. Visiting angels care so much. Visiting angels, America's choice in home care.
Now, Trump also has been having a bit of fun at Joe Biden's expense on the campaign trail, doing his impersonation of the president, trying to find his way off a stage.
He always goes like this.
Fantastic.
I know Biden doesn't still seem to have a lot going on, but I've actually got some horrifying news for you, because apparently, according to a new book about to be released, the 81-year-old Joe Biden is fond of telling White House staffers that the key to a successful marriage is, wait for it, good sex. Yeah, sorry, I know there's an image you didn't need on a Sunday, but it's my duty to report these things, though you gotta wonder if this whole thing isn't a bit like the dead leaders Biden claimed to have met with the other week, who haven't been seen for years and years, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Biden has another problem too, beyond his age, the allegations of corruption, and the open border and the economy that looks good on paper, but is still a disaster for most Americans. We've already seen how in the UK and Australia, the often anti-Semitic Islamist left is causing all sorts of problems for Labour and Democrat parties, and it's the same thing in the US for the Democrats. Even Joe Biden's tepid support for Israel is causing him massive dramas in much-win states like Michigan, which has 15 electoral votes and a large Arab population that is willing to use its muscle at the ballot box. Watch as this reporter here realizes the scale of the problem Joe Biden has.
Is there a pathway forward for you with Biden?
Oh, absolutely not. You cannot keep killing people with our money and just keep thinking that, oh, we are stupid enough to elect you again, because we'll fall in line. We'll forget. This is an insult to me as a voter.
It is, in so many words, insane to me to have the Democratic Party and the Biden administration sit here and essentially say, if Trump happens, it's your fault.
I'm willing to take short-term pain for a long-term gain. I'm willing to let go of Joe Biden and oppose Joe Biden, make him a one-term president, punish Joe Biden by making him a one-term president and pairing his loss with the genocide in Gaza.
Why does our democracy, why is having a Trump presidency more important than those people's lives?
Now, the electoral issue is apparent, but I think also what that last lady said is really, really telling about the left and Democrat voters. Because did you catch what she said? She said, why is our democracy more important than the lives of people in Gaza? But aside from the question, why Gaza, because you could say the same thing about sacrificing American democracy to save Ukrainian lives, or Uyghur lives, or Eritrean lives, or Armenian lives, or the lives of people any place where there is intense conflict, it gets to the fundamental heart of the problem on the left, and especially among young leftists who have been trained almost from birth to not look out for their own interests or the interests of their country or of their friends. This is instead, they have been taught that people like Hamas, who violently hate the personal and sexual freedoms the left enjoys, are their friends. Well, if Joe Biden or whomever is on the ticket for the Democrats come November loses that election, that will not be the end of this problem that the left has, which is going to tear that side of politics apart, but also, I fear, the country as well, if we're not careful.